Welcome back to Red Dead Online. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today we're going to be covering a topic that I get asked questions about at least 100 times or more per stream, and I figured I would make an updated video to cover this because there is quite a few ways to make gold in Red Dead Online, and today we're going to be discussing all of those and showing you the best ways to make gold with each particular method. So I do hope this video helps you out, and if you do follow the tips in this particular video, you will be able to make more than enough gold to buy any role that you want to get in between each update. So if there's like 2 to 4 months between each role update, and if you do these tricks just like 1 or 2 hours a day, you'll be able to make way more gold than you'll ever need to purchase all of the roles that'll ever release in Red Dead Online. Now, we're going to cover the first obvious ones right away, because I think a lot of people actually look these over now, especially with the roles. And then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of exactly how to make the most gold in Red Dead Online. Now, first and foremost, you're going to get a lot of treasure maps as you level up. Right now, I still have around 30 plus treasure maps that I have not even gone to find yet. I've still got some in my inbox. I've got a ton here, and you get one every 5 levels that you get in the game. You're going to automatically get one, and if you're looting, which you need to be doing nowadays, back in the beta of Red Dead Online, looting was an absolute waste of time, and just recently they made it significantly more lucrative, not only because you get treasure maps more often, but because you're also getting supplies for the various roles within the game as you're looting, which is really nice, and you also get collectibles, which can sell for quite a bit of money. So treasure maps, obviously going to be a great way to make gold and money in Red Dead Online. That is obvious, but definitely don't be like me and hoard your treasure maps, although occasionally Rockstar does do a gold bonus for the treasure maps in Red Dead Online. Now, next up is definitely one of the more important ones, but definitely one of the more time-consuming ones as well. Your daily challenges. These are incredibly important, and I don't have a streak on right now because I've been on vacation and had family on, so I lost my streak again. But regardless, daily challenges is absolutely the best way to make gold in Red Dead Online per day. You can make 11, so let's go ahead and go over this. Right now, if you don't have a streak at all, you can make 0.2 gold bars per one that you complete. Now, there's general ones and role ones. Now, you also get streaks, and as you increase in the streaks, you're going to make more gold per daily challenge that you turn in, all the way up to 2.5 gold bars after completing 21 daily challenges in a row. So basically, 21 days, you can get the 2.5 times multiplier, and once you get this, that means you're going to be making 11 gold per day if you actually complete all of the daily challenges. Now, every day, there's always one daily challenge that takes about anywhere between 1 minute and 5 minutes to complete. And if that's what you want to do to just kind of keep your streak going until the 21 days and then start doing every daily challenge after the 21-day streak, which is what I would recommend, then go ahead and do that. There's always one easy one that you can do, like player bounties collected. That's going to be a hard one because nobody ever gets a player bounty. But you can craft toxic moonshine, super easy. You can moonshine bar, change the decor. All you got to do is just swap the decor. That one will literally take you seconds, and then you can just log off. But there's always one or two that are extremely easy to complete to get your streak, and then once you hit that 21-day streak, that's when you want to start focusing and doing as many of the daily challenges as you can, because if you complete each and every one, that's 11 gold bars in a day. All you need to do is complete that 3 times, and you'll have enough gold to be able to buy a role. So, very easy. So those are the 2 most obvious ways to make gold in Red Dead Online, and now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of how to actually make gold actively within the game. So there's 2 ways to do that right now. Stranger missions, which we're going to cover first, because if you're looking to buy the bounty hunter, which is the only other way to make gold in the game, then you're going to need to take advantage of stranger missions. So this is going to be a little bit long-winded, but it is very good information to have, especially if you want to make gold. You'll also get more money and more XP doing this particular method. So if we open up our map, there are only 4 stranger missions that you actually want to partake in. There are actually 2 different levels of stranger missions that are available in Red Dead Online now, and this happened when Rockstar buffed the stranger missions and then brought 4 new ones into the game, and the 4 new ones are significantly more lucrative than all the other ones. I don't know why they didn't buff the other ones more, but long story short, they didn't, and these are the only missions that you want to do. So we've got Thomas here in Lagros, and then we've got Black Bell down here, all the way south of Rhodes. And then we've got Tammy and Bray, also known as the incest couple, just south of Emerald Ranch. And then all the way north, we've got the Bae herself, Sadie Adler. So Sadie will show up at nighttime, and her husband, Jake Adler, will be available during the day, both of which give really good rewards. Now, these are definitely the highest tier stranger missions that you want to do. I would only recommend focusing on these because as you go through the stranger missions and do the cycle, usually what I do is I do Black Bell first, then Thomas, and then you do Tammy, and then you go all the way north, like fast travel to Coulter, and then go do Sadie Adler's, and then by the time you finish that, you can fast travel to Rhodes, and then continue the cycle all over again, and there's really no reason to touch any of these other ones. The only ones that if you really want to go ahead and do some of these, the only ones that I really recommend are Angus. I believe he's at the Emerald Station. And then sometimes, I can't remember his name. Oh my god, Hamish, there we go. Hamish is good, and then this guy is okay. But I really wouldn't focus on any of those. I'm just sharing that information if you really want to go hard and do all of those. But you really won't need to, because by the time you finish the cycle, if you do it properly, you will be able to have the other ones refresh in time. So it's pretty simple. Now, in the past, the way you wanted to do stranger missions was just to wait until the 30-second timer, and then you would get the most rewards. Now, that still kind of works, but it's not really nearly the same as it used to be, and most of the time you're just wasting your time. There's diminishing returns after about the 15-minute timer mark, where you have to wait a whole another 5 minutes to start getting more gold, and it's just really not worth it at that point. After 15 minutes, it's better to turn in and then just do another stranger mission, and you'll make more money that way. So really the goal is if you can wait 15 minutes, then turn it in at 15 minutes, you'll get 0.36 gold bars, and then you'll make like 0.4 less every 3 minutes below that. So pretty much every 3 minutes, you're going to make like 0.4 gold bars more. So pretty much as you're going through your stranger missions, if you got a timer of like 7 minutes, go ahead and turn it at 6. If you got a timer of 12 minutes, definitely try and make sure to wait as close to the 12-minute mark as you can. Usually it's like 12:30, so you don't have to wait until that 30 minutes. Once the 12 minutes have passed, turn it in. So long story short, you basically just wait until the nearest minute. So if you're running to your goal and you're at 6 minutes and 30 seconds, just wait until that 7-minute mark, and vice versa. So just pretty much just always wait until the nearest minute that you can possibly wait for. But definitely extend it out to 14 or 15 minutes if you possibly can. So if you're able to get lucky and do these high-tier stranger missions, and you're able to do 15 minutes in each mission, per hour you'll be able to make 1.44 gold bars at a maximum, although you'll make slightly less because there is travel time in between each stranger mission, but that is the higher end of what you can make per hour doing stranger missions. Now, we're going to get into bounty hunting here in a second, but I do want to explain one thing, that while you're waiting for these timers to diminish, don't just sit around at the stranger mission and doing nothing. Unless you're like watching TV or doing something else, then this is a really good way to kind of multitask and do something else while waiting around. But if you really want to maximize your time in Red Dead Online, if you have the collector, make sure you're doing collections around your location. I'm going to leave a link in the description for the collector map that you can follow to find every single item in the game for the collector each day. I highly recommend doing that while waiting for your timers to burn out. You're going to make an absolute ton of money doing this. So I highly recommend doing that. If you need to hunt, spend some time hunting for the trader. Basically fill that time doing something for one of your other roles if you have them. If you don't have any roles, I highly recommend buying the collector first once you get enough gold, so that way you can take advantage of the collections while waiting for your timers to run out for purchasing your other roles. So very simple and a good way of making a lot of money in the game. Now, bounty hunting is very similar to how it functions as stranger missions. Basically, the more time you spend in a mission, the more you'll be rewarded, and it also has very harsh diminishing returns after a certain point of time, and that point of time is 12 minutes. Now, if you're going for specifically gold, it doesn't matter what level bounty hunting mission that you're doing. You can do level 1, 2, 3, legendary bounties, really whatever you want to do is going to net you the same amount of gold if you spend 12 minutes in the mission, which is the perfect amount of time to spend in a bounty hunting mission. If you spend 12 minutes in it, you're going to make per hour 1.6 gold bars per hour, which is pretty darn good. So that's going to be 0.32 gold bars per bounty hunting mission. You spend exactly 12 minutes. Now, the timer for that starts the second that you enter the bounty hunting mission. So just pay attention to the clock. It's not going to give you a timer in the actual mission until you get the bounty, but the timer actually starts the second you start the bounty hunting mission. So you can kind of ignore the timer in game because it won't pop up until you actually find the bounty, which makes it a little bit more confusing, and you have to actively watch your own clock to make sure you're spending 12 minutes within the game. So it's a little bit more annoying to do as well. So if you don't want the hassle, then just do stranger missions. But you can kind of swap in between stranger missions and bounty hunts because they pretty much make the same amount of gold per hour. And I anticipate this is probably going to be the higher end of how much gold you can make in the game. I don't think we're going to see anything in the game really make more than that, other than completing all of your daily challenges. So really, you can do any tier bounty hunt. Just make sure you spend 12 minutes in there. That's also going to be the best amount of time to spend in the mission for money and XP. So really, it's a win-win-win as far as doing anything in the game for bounty hunting. Spend 12 minutes, make the most money that you can. So other than that, those are all the ways to make money in Red Dead Online. If you follow these tips, you're going to make plenty of gold to be able to buy any role. You can spend like an hour a day in between updates, and you'll have plenty of gold to be able to purchase all the roles that you need for each update. Obviously, that does require you to play the game, and I know a lot of people just want everything for free, but you do have to play the game to get the stuff out of the game. And plus, it's fun when you play it. Although, having to focus on timers and all that stuff is not necessarily fun, but that's how you min-max. If you want to min-max stuff, you got to pay attention to timers and all that fun things. But regardless, I do hope this helped a lot of you. I know tons of you have been asking me questions about this, and it's about time we did an updated guide anyways. So if you did find it helpful, make sure to slap that like button, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you all in the next one.